about, I would say, 3 or 4 years ago, there were some issues in the neighborhood that we were concerned about and tried to get some answers and were unable to. A few people suggested that we get in touch with Diane, and from that point on, everything turned around. Diane was absolutely, without a doubt, fabulous. She stepped in, she kept us informed on a regular basis of what was going on. She really put effort into it, and happily the situation was resolved very well. Since then, there have been a few minor issues, and we've come to depend on Diane as the go-to person. Not only is she extremely capable and good at what she does, she communicates so well. She's a very warm, giving person, and I really believe that that's quite important when you're dealing with anybody. You have to be born with the communication skills and the warm heart and the goodness that Diane displays. And I would certainly encourage anybody who cares about their community to vote for Diane. She's an outstanding person.
Diane has been one of our star counselors. She's been spearheading all the major efforts on the council. We watch her all the time on cable and appreciate everything she does for the city. She's dedicated, she's a hard worker, she's conscientious, and she has the city at heart in all she does.
Diane's a sincere candidate, and I just think she wants the best for her city.
Diane LeBlanc has helped us out 100 million times. Last year, when we had an electric shortage, she went, a hurricane or whatever it was, she brought hamburgers for everybody, or chicken sandwiches, and made sure we had something the next day.
She got my roof fixed that was leaking outside. And I got my new refrigerator, and I had my stove fixed.
Diane LeBlanc, we all love you and we care for you. And you do a lot for people.
I live at 48 Pine Street in Waltham, and I just like to say Diane is a very helpful and loving person, and she's always trying to do the best for people.
I've been a resident of Waltham for 50 years. I've known Diane for the past at least 10 years and supported her. I've campaigned for her in the past with my husband, my late husband, and she's a wonderful person. She does what she says that she's going to do. She's a very honest person and sincere.
Hi, my name is Angie Mullaney. I've been a long-time friend of Diane LeBlanc's mother and Diane. I cannot say enough about Diane. She has been a favorite of all our seniors and certainly has always been there for our call.
I'm Bertha Turcoli, and I've known Diane for quite a few years. I love her, and she's a wonderful person, and I wish her lots of luck.
I just wanted to say how nice Diane is to all the senior citizens, and she's done a lot of work for them, and I'm sure she will continue.
My name is Neida Ortiz. I'm a treasurer of the Latino Association in Waltham, and it's a pleasure to know Diane. Diane be help not only the community, the Spanish community, but the group of Latino Association. Also, she be involved in different activities that we have in the community. And I wish the best for Diane, and I know that she can do this and more to the community. She can help not only the Spanish community, but the whole community.
I do quite a bit at the senior center, and I've been corresponding with Diane regarding the parking issues there, and she's been very helpful. I know that she's working very hard at this problem with our parking issues, and I'm very grateful to her for that.
I got to admit, one of Diane's greatest social attributes is coming down Dunkin' Donuts down at the Wallachs and cheering us old guys up once or twice a week. We appreciate it.
Diane is truly a wonderful woman, a great friend. She made me a happier person since I've known her. But she's done so much for everybody, you know, always a smile, always willing to help.
I just want to tell you how wonderful you are. You do so many wonderful things for our parish, all the functions that you organize for our church. It's incredible. You're an incredible lady in so many ways. You've done so many things for our city, and I appreciate everything you do. Thanks.
I really love Diane because she really worked hard for the small businesses. I am a small business, and when I have an issue a year ago, she was right there to help me out. So please help us to elect Diane again for 2 more years. Thank you.
Because she's the brightest kid that I know of around here.
She's very intelligent. She loves the city.
She's vigorous, enthusiastic, and she loves Waltham.
And I hope she's our next female mayor.
I think she'd make a wonderful city councilor because she has a wonderful skill in bringing opposing sides to an agreement. I don't know how she does it, but she does a great job at it.
Yeah. My name's Patty Kelly. I'm the owner of the UPS store on Main Street. I'd like to share with you a recent experience I had with Diane LeBlanc. Recently, as we all know, there's been a lot of construction around the city of Waltham, and the businesses on Main Street have been heavily affected. One of my frequent customers knows Diane, called her, and within 24 hours she was at my store inquiring what the problem was. I was able to relate to her that we had received a letter that the project was supposed to be completed on June 10th, and when she visited my store it was July 10th, and it didn't look like the project was anywhere close to the end. She contacted the Commissioner of Public Works. Within 24 hours, it was determined that sent out a letter to all the people affected with the wrong dates on that. She had that corrected and the orange barrels removed from the front of my store within another 24 hours. I'd like to support her in everything she does because of the fact she supports the people and the businesses of Waltham. Thank you for your time.
I find Diane to be very trustworthy, very helpful. She's gone out of her way to help people and promote and do things that we needed to have done.
I'll tell you one thing about Diane. If you want something done, call her. It's done. Period.
My name is Sandy Leone, and I'd like to tell you a little story of how I met Diane LeBlanc. 4 years ago, this lovely lady was walking up the street near my house. She stopped and she said hello, and I said hello back. She introduced herself. I had no idea who she was. I was just walking around, and I thought, what a lovely lady. After she left, I said to myself, you're going to vote for that lady. She's running for counselor at large. I did vote for her. Every now and then I'd run into Diane someplace, here, there, wherever, maybe at the concert on the Common. She always had a really lovely smile, a nice hello, how are you? Very lovely lady, classy lady. About 2 years ago, I was going through a lot of trauma in my private life. And I saw Diane at some function. I was sitting very quietly, and Diane came over and said, "Hi, Sandy. How have you been? I haven't seen you around for a long time." And I was very quiet, which is not me. And I said, "Oh, I'm just fine." And she said, "Oh, are you okay?" And I said, "Well, I'm going through a lot of trauma in my life right now, personal problems, and, you know, I'm not in a very sociable mood these days." Diane said, "You know what, Sandy, here's my phone number. Call me. Call me if you want to chat. I'd be very happy to chat with you." So I said, "Okay, Diane." She said, please make sure you call." I said, "Oh, I will. And I tucked it in my pocket, and 3 or 4 days later, I thought to myself, I did tell this lady I would call her, but no, I'm not going to call her. She has enough going on. A couple of days after that, roughly 1 week later, after I met her, my phone rang, and it was Diane. She says, "Sandy, I've been thinking about you all week. I've been concerned about you. You're always an upright, smiling, sociable person, and I just thought maybe you might like to have someone to talk to. She said, I'm just leaving church. Would it be all right if I stopped by and said hello? I said, sure. She came to my house. That had to be one of the luckiest days of my life in the last few years. Diane came into my home. She sat at the kitchen table with me. At first, I was reluctant to tell her any of my business because I don't know this lady. I don't know this politician lady. But she sat there. She wasn't a politician. She wasn't asking for anything. She wasn't saying anything. She just said, how are you? And the next thing I knew, the tears came down my eyes. She reached over, touched my hand. She spent a couple of hours sitting with me. She said, I can't cure everything that's happened. I can't stop what's already happened, but I can give you some advice, and we'll see where it goes. Diane gave me advice. She kept in touch with me. She called. If she didn't hear from me within a week, as I promised I would call, she would call me. And out of that blossomed a wonderful, wonderful friendship for me. I am so very grateful to have this wonderful lady in my life. She is a classy, intelligent, kind, caring lady. She is a fantastic counselor at large. She is everywhere, helping everyone with the littlest to the biggest thing. She is always there. It is such a pleasure, and it's my honor to help her with her campaign. Anything she wants, I will be right there for her because she's right there for all of us. I am blessed with the day I met this lady, and again, repeating, so fortunate to have her in my life. Kudos to you, Diane. You're the best.
When she was a little kid and my husband died, I said, Diane, get all the education you can. Look at Mama carrying trays to pay the bills. And she said, I will, Mama. And she went and she got her bachelor's, she got her master's, she got who's who in American colleges. And it went on, and she turned out to be the best kid, and she's a great city councilor, and no one's changing her mind. When she says something's right, and it is right, and it's honest, there's no one changing her mind. She'll fight to the end.